Hello, I'd like to introduce to Oleg2707. Very brand new player. Plays a lot of arcade more than realistic. His arcade record is good. I mean, arcade is easy as anyone's played arcade. I have a 10 to 1 in a lot of my vehicles in arcade. And in realistic, you notice he's using the VIDAR. He's almost negative in it. Well, that's weird. Why are we looking at a cheater who's almost negative? I have said it time and time again that KD really doesn't matter when it comes to cheaters because a lot of people who cheat usually cheat out of desperation. So they'll cheat because they can't get any better at the game, and so the only thing they can do is, well, they gotta cheat to get better at it. So this guy has a, 1.105 KD basically at this point, or even lower, 1.01, whatever you want to call it. But he has the VIDAR, which has a laser rangefinder and doesn't use it. I saw this guy's replay initially from the comment that I got, and I thought it was hilarious that this guy tries to play it off as being like, oh, I'm trying to back up to find the guy, then he gets hit by a teammate and then just shoots anyway and then kills the guy. Yeah, so the funny thing is I looked at a more recent replay of this player, and he didn't look like he was cheating. But you look at this replay, and it's very blatantly obvious that he's cheating. Not using thermals, not using laser rangefinder, which is what this vehicle was built for, and yet is playing it absolutely terribly, or if he is playing it, or if he just started cheating recently, it's just blatantly obvious. I mean, he's staring at people literally through terrain, through buildings, like this guy. You can see the BMP-1 now, but not using a laser rangefinder, not using the proper sights, not using things that make the VIDAR the VIDAR. The VIDAR is blatantly overpowered, and yet this guy isn't using any of the methods used to make it cool. So, I don't know. I just find it hilarious that you get a player like this who is horrible at the game, and yet has to cheat, and it is still horrible. And like I said, people tend to cheat because they can't play a game to enjoy it. Some people obviously cheat just to be trolls or do whatever. Others cheat to make money off the game. Others cheat to, do a whole bunch of number of things. There's a whole host of reasons that people cheat for. And would it surprise anybody that people cheat for those various reasons? No. But that doesn't stop them from cheating. What does do is how bad the company is at managing and communicating the problem with the game. I said it in the last video, or one of my other videos recently, is that Apex had their recent crack with the whole what people threw out as a executable cheat or an EAC cheat, and people assumed it was EAC being the problematic thing. Pirate Software did a really cool video on it recently where he doesn't think that's the case. He thinks it's people downloading stupid things, using compromised computers or whatever, and being completely stupid with their software. That doesn't surprise me for some people, because I know some people just assume that the internet in some regards is safe, and yet they just download whatever because they want to download whatever. I don't think I'll ever really fully understand how people play certain games a certain way, and I do find it a bit funny that I don't know how to form my thoughts there. I do find it a bit funny that people are that dense when it comes to computer security. Now, I don't like the fact that Helldivers uses kernel level security for a thing, because, like people have said, if that level of security gets compromised, then, well, that person now has access to all of your PCs. And that's a problem. So, yeah. I'll play Helldivers because I like Helldivers, but I'm not gonna, compromise the fact that it's just whatever it is. I do have a problem with a company like Gaijin literally not giving an absolute crap about their game, updating it, having the proper amount of people for security, not having a Chinese little server where a lot of Chinese players would play, because that was pretty much the majority of the cheaters that came over when it became a problem. And just the lack of just transparency with a company that should give a crap but doesn't give a crap. So that's my whole deal with this. And as before, I've always used these videos as an educational forum to realize that it's really easy to spot these guys. There is always a manner of, you want to investigate a player, and you know what, you might have been outplayed. You might have just been literally outplayed. But in the case of a player I'm looking at recently, or coming up soon, he might be on a quote-unquote professional level team and be fully cheating. I'm not going to name the name yet, but it might be a higher ranking squadron. But we will see. So that's the player in question. I hope you all please send me any replays you have in question. I, as always, look at every name that I do see. If I don't see the name in question, I will go back and look at them. I have currently, like, my current list is over 200 players. So that's a lot for a single person to look at, and I do work full-time and, you know, have the free time when I want to and do these in batches. So if I do miss your comment, please remind me. I do, like I said, try to look at all comments equally, and if there is any issue, I will absolutely come back and look at the player in question. As always, please provide the details of the players I asked for in the templates I leave below, and as always, have a good rest of your morning, day, evening, or night, and have a good one.